Hey everyone, Faromars here, and today's episode is also the first episode for a new series I'm making. The first series is about my path about game dev, and this series is more about pixel art I'm making, either for a challenge or for fun. For this one, let's just say that it's for a special project, and it's also the first iteration of a sci-fi gun shop I want to make. I had the inspiration by the video of Brendan James Greer about his pixel art time-lapse, The Cozy Bakery, so I wanted to try something like that too. I've already done something similar to him in the past, but it's the first one I've put more detail in there. My color palette for this one is AAP64 by Adigon A. Polak, and the link of the palette will be in the description. First off, I draw a sketch about the shop to know where I wanted to go while creating the building. And from there, I was able to first make the same thing as my sketch, and then going further with the details. And this is why I fell in love with pixel art. You can put so many details in there, and one pixel can change everything. Being able to show a lot with only, let's say, a 16 by 16 pixel art is amazing. The less is more philosophy is really intriguing, and I don't master it yet. But for now, it's been a year and a half since I started doing pixel art, and even though I've improved and learned a lot, I still have a ton to learn, and much more skill needed to be at the same level of other pixel artists like Brandon. So my sci-fi story is the first one I'm trying to put many details without feeling it's too much. I've always been a fan of sci-fi, especially with Star Wars, No Man's Sky or Borderlands. I'd say that maybe unconsciously, my gun shop had inspiration from the Borderlands series, with a big panel to know where and what is between various characters, and also the fact that it's always dirty, and at least you can see the flow of time on the walls. I try to make some kind of contrast between the shop itself and the electronic panels, being kinda gloomy against the bright color of the technology. The gun shop also have a wanted screen. Since you can buy guns, some of the customers are maybe bounty hunters, and they come buy new guns, add upgrades, or repair them. What is funny for me is that in a high-tech gun shop, they still use an old cash register to take the money. But it's temporary. I will try to figure something out, like the money is now virtual and no physical currency is accepted in this part of the galaxy. The seller was my first big challenge. I've never drawn a character with a lot of detail until now. My idea was to have him like a cyborg, where you don't know which part was an upgrade and which one was forced due to an accident or other event like a criminal space organization. Now I'm adding a bit of weathering to make some variation on the building. This is where I think it reminds me of Borderlands, as I said earlier. I have a lot of Sanctuary City of Borderlands 2 in my mind with that. I like to think that this bin can be used to either put away trash parts or being used to upgrade your gun using those parts, making your gun more original because all of the possible customization are available inside. I add some details about where the power could come from, making these big cables and a central point where you can manage the energy and where it goes. Try to link this into almost everything. When I was looking overall about my work, my gun sign seems to me a little off. Like, how does it stand up like that? So I made some structures to support each letter. We entered the final part that I didn't plan, but I wanted to try, to make it more alive, so to speak. So I had to separate all the things I wanted to animate and fill the background again. We can't really see the time lapse, but I tried various types of animation speed with the seller to make it more natural, and I did find something I'm satisfied with. Next up come the guns. The one in the display was really easy to make. For the hologram, I was inspired by the holograms we saw in Star Wars, the white lines over the people. I didn't know how to pull it off on a different cadence than the rest of the animation, so what I've done is to move the hologram and make the lines static, make it feel like it's a projection and those lines are the central part to make it functional. To finish, I made all the signs glow up and down, making like the light is powered by an unstable energy, since there are a lot of elements require energy and how old and poorly managed the store is. We ended it up with a shade for the background, and here we go, the gun shop is now completed. I hope you liked the video. Be sure to subscribe for more, leave a like if you like it, and let me know if I should try only time-lapse without me talking about my process about it, just to test it out. And I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.